Anyway, something I meant to say. At my job, if you work more than 5 hours, you get a half-hour lunch.
Yeah.
Over by my store, there's a McDonald's and a Wendy's. I'm not really into McDonald's anymore. So it's like, all right, let me go to Wendy's for the lunch on nights. It's like, I'm hungry. It's been a while since my actual lunch. Let me go to Wendy's for dinner. I have to cross a 5-lane road to get to and from. On my way back one night, I was crossing and the light turned green when I was about halfway through the intersection, past 2 lanes of oncoming traffic from across the street going into the lanes of the traffic coming from. 2 cars in right lane turns tried to go while I was already in the crosswalk, almost hitting me. Twice. It was pretty much stops 2 feet in front of me. The next car goes over while I give the guy who almost hit me a death. So he was like, excuse you, I'm in the intersection. I've been in the intersection for the past 2 minutes. I'm thinking I made eye contact with you before I crossed the road, for crap's sake. Then I move on, and it almost happens again. And when I finally cross the street, there's an ambulance at the other stoplight that's red right now. I look at the guys who have a window down, I'm like, I was in the crosswalk. I was clearly in the crosswalk before the light turned. Alright, New Jersey, I'm not sure if it's nationwide, has that law of pedestrians and crosswalks take priority.
I'm pretty sure it's everywhere because you're where you're supposed to be.
Traffic
Think
light,
about it, like,
as long as you're in it before
The light
that sign
turns
gets
green.
green, you're good. But once it's green, you gotta wait.
but think about the sweet lawsuit money they hate.
No, especially since my department's down a person, and if I went down, they'd be effed. It's like, okay,
That's perfect.
the other 2 people who know how to do this night job are the manager for that department, who we're not going to pay overtime to, and somebody who another department needs for nights, because then they would only be at 3 people. 2 day people, 1 night person.
I mean, that's perfect though. So you get that sweet lawsuit money and you get to screw over your job.
Yes.
So,
But I kind of didn't feel like dealing with injuries.
Yeah, like
the
once
only
you sue your
downside.
company, you're kind of done at that company.
Yeah.
So,
No, I
That
won't
might
be
not be a
suing the
bad
company.
purpose,
I'd be
too.
suing the guy that hit me.
oh yeah.
he's just screwing over his company.
Yeah. Because it's like, do you expect me to work with a broken limb in a job where I have to move around and stand for hours when I can probably be bed hospital ridden for a while if it's a broken leg, and B, it's like, it's a broken leg.
Standing around and walking around for that long without an injured leg is painful enough already. Because like I have worked 7 to 9-hour shifts. It is painful, especially
Luckily,
if you only get like a half hour and 2 10-minute breaks.
I'm supposed to have a 10-minute break, but I don't even get that most nights, because it's like, oh, I take my 10-minute break. Assistance needed in the department I work in because they have you alone at night in that
So, like,
department.
Man, I don't do anything. Like, you only get a break if you're working 2 shifts. Like, that's it. You don't get like a 10 or 15 at all. So like, I'll get my hour breaks from working 2 shifts and we'll get busy. And I'm just so bitter at that point. I love my coworkers. I love them. But like,
But
I
it's
just
one of
kinda,
those,
like,
if the shoe was on the other
I'm
foot,
gonna walk
you...
away.
Yeah, it's
It's
one of those...
awful. I get so bitter. But like, my coworkers can handle it fine. My manager will be stressing. I'm like, well, I mean, this is the only break you ever give us.
And honestly, if I was in that position and I saw somebody give me a look as like, I should help, I'd be like, no. If I was in your position, I wouldn't help. It's an image from Tumblr where it's like when it's really
Squidward.
busy, when you're
Oh,
on
yeah.
break, and it's just Squidward sunbathing
That's
with
true.
his sunglasses off,
Oh
and then the next image is him just not giving a crap. It's actually sad that, in a way, we all grew up to be Squidward when it comes to
Yeah.
work.
You know, there's this new girl at my job, and like, people have asked me this before too, but like, she was working a regular 5-hour shift, and she came up to me and she was like, oh, so like, how do breaks work here? Like, what do we do? And I didn't know what to tell her, because you don't get a break. Like, you're not allowed, I'm sorry. Or like, you can ask, and I guess they legally have to give it to you, but they're not going to be happy about it, and they're going to try to talk you out of it.
Yeah, so you might as well just not.
I told her, I said, well, I told her, I said, I don't know what the legal thing is, and then she got kind of like, what? And I'm like, but we don't usually get them ever. And I was like, no one even really asks for them.
Alright, let's go try to slay that dragon.
It's kind of like at my store. I think like company policy, so you have to take at least one break. So you have.
Like,
you
I
have
know
to
what
take
company
one.
policy is, but
No, because
they
I
don't
mean,
follow
like
it.
our store, I think they could actually get in trouble. So.
The only people who they force to take breaks are minors, but we don't have any minors at our house anymore.
It's actually weird since it's one of those, it's union mandated at my job because I work for a union and I have this to say, I despise it because I literally get nothing from being unionized except maybe a paid vacation, which they try to talk you out of taking.
Talking about stuff, but come on.
Because at least with my place, there's a case of, let's say there were 10 open positions for night people. They would have 8 people, cross-train 4 of them, and that's it. And hope that 2 departments don't need a single person at the same time. That's how it operates in my store. Which is why the predicament it's in, where if one person gets injured, it thus lies on the other cross-trained people.
Honestly.
There was a case of, with Delhi one that was like, oh hey, I'm working in my normal department and I'm helping out at Delhi because they couldn't call in any of the day people or somebody who was under union minimum hours to come in that night and help with Delhi because the actual Delhi guy was too busy in the back coffee shop area doing all that prep work. So at some point, because he was like, whatever, focus on your main department, don't help any more customers. When the manager got wind of this, and I like my night managers, they're on the floor, they actually work with people. Unlike my store manager, who's pretty much in his office all day and kind of feels disconnected, he's like, I can get in major trouble for this. And my only thought was like, I kind of feel you do, but at the same time, it's management's job to make sure all the departments have the necessary people they need to function, not, okay, hey, Stu, we know you're in this department tonight that usually takes up a whole shift because we see you guys in this department running around like chickens with your heads cut off, but we need you to help out with Delhi, which has a lot of customers for a 2-hour window of time. It's like, hey, do you want me to leave at midnight? Then unfortunately I can't do that. Anyway, hold on.
Eric, don't ever get a job.
I'm not.
Or Eric, don't ever get a job at a major customer service place.
I'm trying my hardest to.
It's
I
weird
applied
though,
for.
Don't let it scare you. Customer service is really not that bad.
I
It's
can't
your
do customer
managers.
service. I cannot.
No, dude, I don't blame you.
It's
Like,
not.
what do you mean by customer service?
I can't. I talking to people is
Like,
work.
It's not that bad.
I mean, like
It is
work,
work.
but like
Let's see if we can make
talking to strangers is literally like I have to be. It's literally like a job. Like I feel like I'm already working when I'm talking to strangers.
Sometimes people, and not that often, but they'll casually try to make small talk with me at work,
Yeah.
and it jars me. It surprises me. I don't
People
know.
It's
tell me
hard.
their life stories. I'm just like, I have to go. I need it up front. Like,
I
this
don't
other
know how to
person-
react to it.
I feel bad because like I'm glad you're
try to
being
make
nice.
Some little banter if I have time. Like if
Yeah.
I'm in one of the
Yeah,
departments
stuff, but,
Yeah.
like,
where
they'll talk.
I'm in a position where I'm actively assisting them, but I can also talk about actively assisting them.
Yeah,
I'll do
I-
that, but if they call me to the side just to talk to me, I'm kind of like, could you please not?
Or like sometimes they'll say things and I genuinely don't know how to react to them, and I kind of just stare at them. Because I'm like, yes, that sure is a thing you just said that that's too personal for me to react to.
So like, I'll help them
Yeah.
find something. It takes maybe 2-3 minutes. But then after I show it to them, explain about it, they keep me there for like a half hour. Like, literally, I've stood in the same spot once for a half hour because she had to tell me her life story.
Like why
Meanwhile,
she's getting
like-
what she's getting or something.
Yeah, meanwhile, like, they're calling me up front because I need the cashier, but like she would not stop talking and like she wouldn't let me go. I'm just like, I'm gonna get in trouble.
People always like to justify what they're eating to me, as if
Yeah.
I care. Like they'll order something and they'll be like, oh, I want the big size. And they'll be like, but only because I didn't eat lunch today. And I'm just really hungry. And
I
I'm
think
like,
it's
listen,
maybe
It's a bit
that-
personal.
I really, and I swear to God, I'm not judging you by how much food you're choosing to eat. I could honestly care less. It doesn't even register. As soon as you walk away from this register, I totally forgot your order. Literally, people will order and they'll walk away, and their friend will come back up, and they'll be like, "Oh, I have the same thing that they had." And I'm sorry, I have no
Well,
idea
because
what
you
your
go
friend
through
just
so
told me
many
they wanted
orders,
it.
like.
But like they try to justify their eating habits to me.
Yeah.
And like, you really don't have to tell me that much. I promise I'm not judging you. I'm sorry. Because I feel the same way. I'm sorry you feel like you have to justify how much you're eating to the stranger at the cash register. But, oh my God, it takes so long. Something as simple as, do you want whipped cream on your milkshake? And they'll go like, I don't know. Should I? Do you think I should? Do you really? Like, it's whipped cream. You're already ordering like a 900 calorie shake. Chill out.
I mean, like, that's the thing. I feel like.
Right?
People tell me all the time, and I hate it. I'll say, "What do you want?" And they'll say, "Surprise me," and I'll laugh because that's a joke. And they'll be serious. They'll be so serious. They'll be like,
Oh my
"Surprise
God.
me," and I'm like,
Hey guys,
"Sir, I cannot."
I'm not allowed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like what?
it's time for despair.
Oh, dispatch the bear. I
Also,
don't get it. Like,
let's
you want me to surprise you?
try the dragon fight again.
It's like you've never met that person. You don't know what they're like. You don't know what they're allergic
Yeah, like, what
to.
if you give them something that's like, oh, why would you ever give me this? Like, I don't know.
You
asked
told me to surprise you.
See, and the worst thing is, like, okay, if I were to go to the bakery, I would be great. I could be recommending things. Oh, this is fantastic. This is awesome.
Yeah.
If I ever go to a burger restaurant, and when it comes to foods that are, like, not desserts, people are really picky. I'm really picky. I don't like anything, vaguely that we say.
I don't like anything.
Like,
I mean,
and they'll be like, what do you recommend? And I have a lie, I tell, and it's very well crafted and phenomenal, and everyone is like, oh, your recommendation was great. I loved it. I'm like, cool. The only thing I recommend that I genuinely, truly like are, like, the spicy brine. I feel like spicy brine is so good. It's the only thing that I can be passionate about. But like people be like, what do you recommend? Or they'll ask me weird questions like, oh, does this taste good with this? And I'm like, I don't know, I just work here. Like,
Okay,
I
cool. The
feel like
dragon's
so
half
every day
dead.
of my life. Like,
I
sir,
love
we
when like
serve
people
food
over here, like when they ask us why we discontinue a product,
like you
or why we
discontinued
never
it,
carry
right?
it, I'm just
Yeah.
I'm still like a broken record. I'm like, ma'am, sir, corporate does not tell us this. They just tell us you're no longer carrying this.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
You're getting this in. We're not ever getting this. I'm like,
yeah, like,
no.
they don't need to
You're
give an
not
explanation with it.
Like it's people, and they don't get mad, but they'll look at you like it's your fault.
Yeah.
Like, so we can't make our burgers medium rare because it's a health code violation because we're not a restaurant. We're like a fast casual snack. We can do it medium or just well done. We can't make it any sort of rare. And people will be like, I want my burger medium rare. And I'll be like, I'm sorry, it's a health coach thing. Like, we can't do that. And like, they'll ask to see a manager. They get pissy and they'll be like, well, why can't you do it? It's so easy. Just do it. They'll be like, you don't even have to cook it that much. And like, they get mad at me like I'm denying them. Like, it's a corporate thing.
Yeah, like, you decided that you didn't want to give them.
Go eat,
Medium
like,
rare burger.
if you really want a raw burger for one, stop it. And like, two,
Oh, cool. The dragon's dead. You got the kill
who
and
gets a
blow.
medium rare burger?
It's
Hey,
never
look.
been that raw though.
But
Our
like, you
husband
get a
got the
medium
kill
rare
and
steak,
blow.
Yeah.
but like a burger?
Look at Zevran go. Kill the dragon,
Love
Zevran.
you, Zevran.
So I think like once I had a hamburger like that because like when they asked me, I'm just like, I don't know. I just want to cook. So like I look at my
Yeah.
dad and he's like medium rare. I'm like, okay, what he said.
Yeah, I don't know,
Like,
Trevor. I
I-
just eat the food. Like,
I don't know how meat is cooked.
I like
I'm
both.
like,
I'm
I
not
literally,
a
like,
show.
I look at my dad. I'm just like, Dad, how do you make it? He has to answer for me.
I love working at a food place, I really do, because everyone's generally pretty happy to be there and happy to be eating and happy to see you. But people get so weird about food, and it's so funny to me. Like,
I'm
people
like
ask
that
me
person. I'm
weird
just like,
questions.
oh, okay, eat it anyway.
This girl came in on Friday, and she was so great. I love this girl. She was like, I think she was from China, because it sounded like she was speaking Chinese with her boyfriend. And like, she was like, her English was good, but it was clearly like she didn't get some words, so I was like using a lot of picture stuff. And she pointed to the menu, and she pointed with fried pickles. And she was like, what are those?